along the disputed Himalayan border where clashes broke out 4 years ago. Analysts say Beijing's growing naval activity in the Indian Ocean adds another layer of strain, prompting New Delhi to increase surveillance and patrols in the region. Kshitij Nagar, New Delhi.
From bureaus worldwide, this is FSN.
From the studios of Extreme Sports in Hastings, Nebraska, we present Huddle Up, a great way to start your day with all the news, weather, and sports you need, interesting interviews, and friendly conversation from two guys that go together like Scooby and Shaggy, Mike Will and Tyson Havronic.
Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Huddle Up here on Extreme Sports. Welcome to a Monday and a brand new work week here. Monday, the 22nd day of September for 2025. Mike Will, Tyson Havronic, ready to start your day with all the news, weather, and sports that you need to get out the door here this morning. The new AP college football poll is out. We'll take a look at the top 10 here this morning. The Nebraska football team now 3-1 in the season after Saturday's 30-27 loss to Michigan. Plenty to talk about with the Huskers here this morning. The Nebraska volleyball team finished off a perfect non-conference slate with a 3-game sweep of Arizona on Saturday at John Cook Arena at the Bob Devaney Sports Center. The women's soccer team fought to another scoreless tie last night with Ohio State. That is their 5th draw of the season, which ties the most in the program's history and is tied for second in the nation. So the Huskers fighting to a scoreless tie with Ohio State last night. Hastings College football team, they picked up their first shutout in football since they beat the Trinity International back in 2022. They blanked Waldorf on Saturday. Hastings College volleyball team was in action. The soccer team's also in action over the weekend up in Sioux City against Morningside. Got plenty of high school sports to talk about this morning. Going to be hearing from Matt Rule following the Huskers' loss to Michigan on Saturday. Going to be hearing from Matt Franzen here this morning following the Broncos' victory over the Warriors on Saturday. So plenty to talk about here this morning as we welcome in Tyson Havronic from the Western Studios here this morning. Good morning.
Good morning. I know our Survivor ticker still says 37, but oh boy, our Packer backers, Brady, Colin, Danny Boy. Oh, we're losing some good people on the island here. Yeah, Ryan Martin is gone. Martin.
We tried to tell these people last week that
Riken.
we didn't like it.
Riken.
Yeah, he's not very happy with it either.
That's sad.
I was with Riken yesterday when they kicked that field goal.
Oh, no.
So, yeah, Cleveland beating Green Bay yesterday. And that took out, I think I counted up 10, 11, 12 people.
That's going to take out like a third of the field.
Yeah. So that's what happens in these survivor pools. People get loaded up on a team. And Cleveland, we tried to warn the people we didn't like that pick.
Cleveland at home, man.
Yeah, both you and I looked at Green Bay last week for a survivor pick. Mm-hmm. At the last second, got out. You went to Indianapolis.
They cruised.
Yes, they did. They picked up a nice win yesterday. And I had Buffalo on Thursday night, so you and I are both into the fourth round of Survivor. What about the NFL yesterday? Last night, the Chiefs beat the New York Giants by the score of 22-9. But the Chiefs, I don't know what's going on with Kansas City.
That was the grossest game.
Yeah, their offense looks totally out of sync.
Yep.
Yeah, I know we're missing some key pieces, that wide receiver for Kansas City. But Mahomes, he doesn't look like the Mahomes of the past. Travis Kelce, he doesn't look like he's on the same page as the rest of the team. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the Chiefs. They won their first game of the season last night, but even at that, it was not a good win for Kansas City last night.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, we can talk about that. I know we got a lot of Chiefs fans in the lobby here this morning. What about some of the games from the NFL yesterday? Chicago taking care of Dallas yesterday, 31-14. Are the Bears for real all of a sudden?
They're 1-2. Relax. Like, they won one game. And, yeah, did Caleb Williams look a hell of a lot better than he has in the first season and 2 games? Sure. But they won one game, and it was against a really bad Dallas team. So that doesn't that one didn't surprise me. The fun ones come in the early window when you talk about special teams. Philadelphia, once again, finding a way to win. They haven't looked convincing in any of their victories so far this season. But they find ways to get the job done. And yesterday against the Rams, it was a blocked field goal that was scooped up for a touchdown to walk things off over in Philly, essentially a walk-off block field goal. We nearly had the same thing in the Jets game. The Jets with the blocked field goal against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They scoop and score. They grab the lead. The coach on the sideline, man, he was dancing, having a great time. Thought they just won the game. And Tampa Bay marches down the field and kicks a game-winning field goal and sends the Jets to miserable 0-3 start. Surprises? Carolina.
Yeah, what happened there?
Carolina, 30-0 over Atlanta. I mean,
what happened there?
That's awful. Bryce Young ran for a touchdown. Hubbard, 73 yards. And it wasn't like there isn't big offensive numbers here. You know, McMillan was the leading receiver with 48 yards, but he didn't have a tutty. Bryce Young went 16-24, 121. He didn't have a tutty. No touchdown for Hubbard. Just Carolina just dominating.
One other team that did have a lot of touchdowns yesterday, and that was the Vikings. Minnesota beat Cincinnati. Minnesota beat Cincinnati yesterday, 48-10. Jumped out to the lead early and put her on cruise control. Minnesota looked good yesterday, 48-10. We mentioned Cleveland. We mentioned Cleveland upsetting Green Bay, 13-10. Yeah, so some wild games in NFL football yesterday.
Carson Wentz looked good.
Carson Wentz did look good.
He was the quarterback for Minnesota. He looked good.
He was a quarterback for the Chiefs, the backup to Patrick Mahomes last year, and they decided to, I think it was a mutual decision to maybe move on.
Sure.
So Carson Wentz finds a home in Minnesota, and they got to start yesterday, racks up 48 points over Cincinnati, winning 48-10. Yeah, so our Survivor pool tally still says 37, but following the Monday night game here tonight, that will update. Detroit is playing at Baltimore in the Monday night game tonight, 7:15 starting time on ABC. So after that, that tally will update. God, we're going to lose, like you said, a third of the field on our Survivor pitch.
Yeah, Stephanie had Atlanta. Tammy Schleicher had the Patriots. That pick didn't go through. Pittsburgh's able to pick up the win. So there's a couple more losses. God, who the hell's left? Buffalo, Indianapolis. Our Seahawk fans, I think. Yeah, they cruised.
Oh, yeah, we had a bunch of Seahawks.
The Saints are awful. So the Seahawks are in there. We had Matt in here with Atlanta picked. That's going to be a no-go. Oh, not only did Atlanta not win, they got skunked. So there's a Charger.
Oh, they're still alive.
They're still alive. They won't beat Denver, was it by a field goal? Lexi squeaks through with Tampa. Risky pick. Kristen was on the Bears this week. She knows how bad Dallas is.
That I thought that was a risky pick.
No.
But it turns out she knew what she was doing.
Dallas is in turmoil. Yeah, I would guesstimate maybe 20 21 survivors left
And
when the dust settles.
We move into week 4 of Survivor.
I don't think anybody's playing the Monday night game, so we can calculate. I think it's 21.
All right. So that's what's going on with Survivor. Our Blazing 5 picks.
Talk to me, Goose.
Our Blazing 5 picks.
I went 3-2. What happened over you guys? I did my job.
You went 3-2.
I got us above water.
I'm going to pop up the picks right now.
Did you anchor it?
Yeah, I went to 2-3.
That's not good. That gets us to 500.
And then Shano, IT guy, he went 3-2.
There you go. Good
So
enough.
That's good enough.
That's good enough.
Yeah, just a game over 500. That's going to be good enough.
You had a stinker of a week, but luckily the IT guy and the Western Studios carried your ass again.
Yeah, I didn't have a very good week.
I got out of the chute great. 3-0 start looked good. And I told you of the 3 games, that was the 3 games that I was the most confident in. So if you were to play a 3-game parlay like I did this weekend with the Friday game in the early morning window, you did okay. That made up for my losses in the nightcaps. Apparently, I didn't realize Delaware could score, so Delaware comes through.
Yeah, see, you lost on Arkansas State.
There it is. Yep.
And you lost on Florida International. You won on Iowa, UNLV, and North Texas.
Woohoo!
I won on Texas Tech and Arizona. Lost on North Carolina State, Houston, and Cincinnati.
Mm-hmm.
The IT guy, he wins on Temple. He wins on the Denver Broncos by a half a point. And he also wins with Cleveland. He lost on Tulane and Miami of Ohio.
You did?
So there's your Blazing 5. I've got them up for you on the screen if you're following us with the video here this morning. You continue to lead 16-9. You've got, let's see, I'm in second at 14-11. IT guy is sitting at 13-12. So we'll have our Blazing 5 picks coming up for you again on Friday morning. And we'll have our Survivor picks. Did you look at the schedule?
For what?
For Survivor this week?
No.
I've already looked.
Why?
Because
you've had time. You've been safe for a while.
Yeah, I've been safe since Thursday.
Yep.
So I had a chance to dive into next week. It could
Jesus.
be tough. It could be tough next week.
Well, since you've already used Buffalo.
Yeah, I can't use Buffalo.
See, I haven't used Buffalo. That's a 16.5-point spread.
Who are they playing? The Saints?
Yeah, it's already 16.5.
Oh, everybody that hasn't used Buffalo is going to be on Buffalo.
That scares me.
Here we go. When are you going to play Buffalo? Everything scares you all the time.
Yeah, because I'm a cautiously optimistic Buffalo fan.
When are you going to... The Saints don't have a prayer.
Probably can use... or Detroit. Detroit's playing Cleveland. So I have options. I have a lot of options. I have not used a lot of the heavy hitters yet in terms of the NFL. I have been marching to the beat of my own drum with Survivor. We played Jacksonville in the first week, which was kind of an off-the-wall, let's see what happens pick. We played Indianapolis last week, which I was the only one, and I was one of 2 people that played Jacksonville in the first week. So a lot of these heavy hitters, a lot of these guys that are going to be down there towards the, like your Philadelphias, your Buffaloes, your Baltimores, I did play the Ravens, Detroit's. I have options. I think I'm sitting in a good spot, but that could all change. Buffalo stubs their toe against the New Orleans Saints. I might be done. I'm probably leaning towards the Buffalo Bills. I think a lot of people have used Buffalo. I'm going to use them here in a rather tough week for everybody else to gain a little breathing room.
Well, yeah, because we might be down. We'll be down in the 20s when everything calculates tonight. So, Anyway, we'll have our survivor picks on Wednesday. A couple of injury notes we want to bring up right quick. Dallas Cowboys Pro Bowl wide receiver CeeDee Lamb, limited to just 6 plays in their game with the Bears yesterday. He's got a left ankle injury. He's optimistic of his chances about playing next week against the Green Bay Packers. Lamb is set to undergo an MRI later on today, so we'll check on the status of CeeDee Lamb throughout the day. And Arizona Cardinals running back James Conner suffered a season-ending right ankle injury during their loss to the San Francisco 49ers yesterday. Conner had 9 carries, 22 yards before his injury. He's coming off a back-to-back 1,000-yard rushing seasons for the first time in his career. Carter signed a 2-year extension in November of 2024 that runs through the 2026 campaign. His $3.64 million base salary for this year is guaranteed for injury. So he's going to get paid $3.64 million. But James Conner, if you got him on your fantasy football team, looks like he's going to be done for the year. He's got a right ankle injury. I think Amber was talking about that yesterday. I think she had CeeDee Lamb and James Conner on her fantasy football team. So they both.
Who is going to be the hot commodity in the waiver wire? Who's Arizona's backup?
I have no idea.
That is going to be the rush to the waivers this morning is getting in line for the Arizona backup running back. Who, let's just pull this up really quick. We can do this. We have this ability.
Well, you guys won't have to worry about it because you're
running backs.
You're on top of the fantasy football league.
Yeah, you're dead ass last.
Again? No, I wasn't.
Did you not?
I haven't looked so far this morning, but I had a couple of people down there that were scoring about the same amount of points as I was.
Does somebody actually have him?
Russ Kindig says it's Trey Benson.
Benson. Somebody in one of my other leagues already has him, so that's out. Benson is the backup running back in Arizona that you'll be wanting to rush to your waivers. What the hell happened to my team? Oh, we're still good.
Yeah, you didn't have a great week at fantasy football either.
We're not done yet. We got Lamar Jackson tonight, so
he'll get a few points.
I mean, all I need is 7 because Hackler had a horrible week.
Yeah, that's why I said I don't know if I finished last this week.
But Hackler still, what the hell? I didn't start. Of course, I didn't start Scadaboo. Scadaboo got 18 points from my bench. That would have been nice. Yeah, this was weak. 6, 5, 10, Tyreek Hill, and DK Metcalf, my only touchdowns for the week in fantasy football. Yet I still might find a way to squeak out a win. Jesus, KK blew up for 97 points.
I saw that.
That's wild.
Yeah, she was 0-2.
Yeah.
And then she blows up for over 100 points.
She looked herself. You're going to finish with 59 points.
I'm done for the
Yes,
week?
you're finishing with 59. You have no players. That's going to be last.
What's Hackler got?
He's got 56, but he's still got 2 to go. Which 2? Laporta and the Ravens defense. I might get beat. I don't know why the projected total has me higher. I have Lamar Jackson, and he has the Ravens defense and Sam Laporta. I might have my first loss to an 0-2 team. That's great.
I've got to look myself in the mirror.
Yeah, you do, because you're going to score for the third week in a row.
I'm last.
You're going to score the least amount of points, and you're 0-2. So that'll put you dead ass last when you lose. Mike, we need to have a fantasy football revival for you, buddy. You used to dominate these things. I saw you. I was in your leagues.
Yeah,
What's happened?
We pulled it up yesterday. I went like 4 years
Yeah.
That I won the league 3 out of the 4 years. So I kind of know how to play this game, but obviously I'd
like to think so.
I'll do a little work on my roster this week. So, anyway, waking up with Mike and Tyson here this morning. This is Huddle Up on Extreme Sports. If you'd like to chime in with us, you can. Leave us a message on our social media sites. We're monitoring all the comments coming in. The Hamilton Telecommunications fan line is open as well, 402-834-1330. 402-834-1330 if you'd like to chime in with us. We've gotten the first 20 minutes of the show.
We have not even talked Husker football.
Haven't even talked Husker football yet. Where do we start? I'll start it off.
Go ahead.
I watched the second half of the game after the Hastings College game, so I was able to watch basically the second half. Uh-huh. Game got over, and I made the mistake to check social media. I think it should be a rule that no one can get on social media and talk Husker football for at least 6 hours after the completion of the game. There are some real idiots out there.
Okay.
Real idiots. 5 minutes after the game.
Yep.
5 minutes after the game.
Knee-jerk reaction. You've been drinking and you're hot because we just lost.
First game of the season.
Yep.
We're going to fire the coach.
That's back again. That's good.
Yeah, we're going to fire the coach. 5 minutes after the game, we're going to fire the coach.
Okay.
Seriously? We're going to get rid of Dylan Raiola as our quarterback. Seriously? What are these people? Take your phones away after the Huskers play football. Take your phones away. Sit down for 6 hours. Think about what you're saying, and then maybe get on social media and spill your guts. Get rid of the coach. Get rid of the coach. Anyway.
Arguments, have you rested? Because I could take the stage now if the defense rests.
I don't want you to go for like 10 minutes, but your initial thoughts.
If the prosecution may counter with my thoughts.
Go ahead.
First of all, take points. You're playing a top 25 team. When you get the opportunity to put points up, put points up. I know that the goal is 70% in the red zone, right? We've heard it. We've heard it for every press conference from here until the first 4 games of the season. We want to score touchdowns in the red zone. I get it. But kick the field goal. Second of all, if on the first drive you have an off tackle that gets you 12 yards, a counter blast right that gets you 11, and you march down the field with 2 consecutive run plays, and then you get inside the red zone and you don't hand it off, kick the field goal. Kick the field goal. If you're not running the damn ball, kick the field goal. If you want to get cute and do double motion, shovel pass, sidearm, kick the field goal. Get the points. But secondly, I mean, it proves that defensively we have miles to go. And I don't say fire the coach. This is not on Butler for his defensive scheme. This is about Jimmys and Joes. And right now we don't have the Jimmys and Joes to match up with Michigan. Will we get there? Yeah. This isn't a fire the coach scenario. The scheme was fine. We just don't have the athletes on the field to complete the scheme at current on that front 7. Secondary played well, but we cannot stop a running quarterback. We cannot stop a running quarterback. And Underwood, as correctly predicted here on the Western Studios, was going to have a field day, and boy, howdy did he. And all that said, as bad as we looked to be within a field goal against a top 25 team, we're there, and we're competitive, and it's great to be competitive, but damn it, it sure would be nice to win one of these things. So, no, don't fire anybody, don't bench anybody. I would like to see more of a Bert and Ernie sort of quarterback situation, good cop, bad cop.
Bert and Ernie.
I'm trying to think of like the dynamic duo, the Batman and Robins, right? I want to see more of TJ Lateef. And I'm not saying as a starting quarterback, I'm not saying bench Royola. I just want to see him in certain sets, get more opportunities with his hands on the football because he's a dynamic playmaker. And if you have dynamic playmakers on your offense, you need to find ways to get them into the game plan. I want to see more TJ Lateef, but I'm not saying bench Royola because he has the huddle. He has the attention of everybody on that football team. So those are my observations. With that, the prosecution rests.
I see this morning I stumbled across this. Matt Rule as a head coach. Matt Rule as a head coach. 2-23 straight up in college football games against ranked opponents. 2-23.
Where was that graphic?
I've stumbled across it this morning.
Oh, no, I'm saying like when they talk about how good year 3 is.
Yeah.
And we get that graphic every game, right? Yep. Where's the 2-23 against top 25 opponents?
He is 3-11 in the National Football League.
Well,
against teams that had a 500 record or above.
He had Carolina.
Yeah, I bet he was at Carolina.
Give him a break.
So he's 5-34 combined against the upper echelon in college football and the NFL.
The NFL, you get to just scratch that from his record. He should not be held accountable for taking the Carolina job. That was a mess.
That was a mistake in his career.
It was a misstep.
Anyway, we've lost 27 games in a row now to ranked opponents.
Different verse, same as the first.
We're gonna get one. We got several more opportunities this year. We're going to get one.
Several.
But we're not going to fire the coach 5 minutes after the game. That was an asinine comment that somebody posted. Asinine comment.
Were you on the stupid Husker Army page? Because that's where the worst come out.
Yeah, I don't know what.
The Husker Army has like the most radical, dumb fans that I've ever seen in my life. Make the stupidest comments, and it's all knee-jerk reaction. And I used to do it too. And hell, it's kind of fun, you know. You get to drinking beer, you're watching a Husker game, you can't even like send a text message, let alone make a Facebook comment, and you just rattle off your like hot emotions in all caps. And I'm just like, God, you sound like a Karen.
Then you read it back the next morning and go, God.
Yeah. I've had a lot of deleted Husker comments over the years.
I just made an idiot of myself.
I've had a lot of deleted Husker comments. And I love it first, especially when it's like a late game and I've been drinking all day. And then I fire off like a comment after the first drive and we end up winning the game by like 30 points. Then you look like an idiot.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, good stuff. 7:30.
Anyway, all right, waking up with Mike and Tyson here this morning. If you'd like to chime in with your Husker thoughts, you can leave us a message on the social media sites or give us a call on the Hamilton Telecommunications fan line 402-834-1330. 7:28 now. Good morning.
It's time for a morning news update on Extreme Sports.
All right. Well, Hastings, if you're waking up this morning, you're probably just like me and not even spending any time outdoors, maybe from the car to wherever your place was going. You picked up about 18 different mosquito bites over the weekend. They're still bad. And now there's additional health consequences. The most recent collection of mosquitoes that were trapped in Adams County have tested positive for not one but 2 different viruses. 2 samples of mosquitoes tested positive for the West Nile virus, while Cache Valley virus, or otherwise known as CVV, was detected in a 3rd sample. According to the Nebraska Department of Health and Human Services, CVV is spread to people by infected mosquitoes. It's important to note, as I read some of these potential causes for CVV, human disease from CVV is rare, with under 10 cases ever reported in the U.S. So it's rare, but it can cause an illness with fever or even more severe disease, including infection of the brain or lining around the brain and spinal cord. Initial symptoms can include fever, headache, nausea, vomiting, fatigue, and sometimes a rash. CVV is also known to cause reproductive disease in animals, primarily sheep, but also cattle and goats, leading to stillbirths and birth defects in those animals if they are infected in a specific period during pregnancy. As with West Nile virus, there is no vaccine to prevent or medicines to treat CVV. In other words, we need a freeze to kill all the bugs. Construction is scheduled to close South Elm Avenue from South Street to B Street starting today to install a water main and casing under the road. The installation is scheduled to be complete and concrete back by Friday so it can cure over the weekend and reopen early in the next week. Businesses will still have access from South Street and B Street today. It's 7:30. Time to head over to the East Side Studios. Mike, what's going down in sports?
Well, Ohio State is ranked number 1 in the latest AP college football poll. The Buckeyes are 3-0 in the season and did not play over the weekend. Miami is second, followed by Penn State, LSU, and Georgia. Rounding out the top 10 are Oregon, Oklahoma, Florida State, Texas A&M, and Texas. Indiana is 11th. Michigan is 19th. USC is 21st, and Illinois is 23rd. The Nebraska football team now 3-1 in the season after Saturday's 30-27 loss to Michigan. It's the 27th straight loss for the Huskers against ranked opponents. The Wolverines finished with 391 yards of total offense. The Huskers had 351. But Nebraska quarterback Dylan Raiola was sacked 7 times. Raiola completed 30 of 41 passes for 308 yards and 3 touchdowns. Nebraska is off this weekend. They'll play host to Michigan State on October the 4th. The Nebraska volleyball team finished off a perfect non-conference slate with a 25-19, 25-23, 25-18 sweep of Arizona on Saturday at John Cook Arena at the Bob Devaney Sports Center. Harper Murray led the Huskers with 14 kills. Nebraska now 10-0 in the season and will begin Big Ten Conference play on Wednesday by hosting Michigan. First serve will be at 6 o'clock. The Nebraska women's soccer team fought to a scoreless tie with Ohio State on Sunday. Huskers are now 5-0-5 on the season. The 5 draws is tied for the second most in the program's history and is tied for second in the nation. Nebraska will host Michigan on Thursday. Kickoff will be at 7:05. Hastings College football team beat Waldorf 42-0 on Saturday. It's the first shutout for the Broncos since a 28-0 win over Trinity International in 2022. It's the first conference shutout since 2011. Hastings had 214 yards passing in the game, 188 yards rushing. The Warriors had 135 yards passing and 65 yards rushing. Hastings is now 2-2 in the season. They'll play host to Morningside on Saturday. Kickoff will be at 1. Midland beat the Hastings College volleyball team on Saturday, 25-11, 25-16, 25-20. McKenna Suter had 8 kills for the Broncos. Hastings is now 4-10 on the season. They're 1-3 in the conference. They'll play at Concordia on Wednesday. First serve will be at 7:30. Hastings College soccer teams played at Morningside on Saturday. The women won their match 3-1, while the men lost 2-0. Hastings will play at Doane on Wednesday. And the Nebraska Kearney football team beat Emporia State 34-20 on Saturday. The Lopers now 3-1. They'll play at Washburn on Saturday. Kickoff of that game will be at 1. Volleyball team continues to win. UNK now 13-0 in the season after picking up wins over Truman State, Illinois Springfield, and Maryville University over the weekend. UNK will host Central Missouri coming up on Saturday. That's a check in your sports headlines. Already 7:34 on Extreme Sports.
It's time for a morning weather update on Extreme Sports with Chief Meteorologist Tim Jones.
We start off Monday morning with a little bit of patchy fog, especially to the west and southwest of Highway 281. Other than that, partly sunny skies, a high in the low 80s. and a light south-southwest wind, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight, a chance of showers and thunderstorms. There's a marginal risk, 1 out of 5 for a few strong to severe storms. Not very widespread. Better chances to be over towards Omaha tonight. 67 the high on Tuesday. Chance of showers. That carries into Tuesday night.
As you wake up, get going this morning, we've got south winds at 7 miles per hour. It is clear. It is 63 in Hastings at Extreme.
At Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center in Hastings, you can now experience the Balancer Pro lymphatic system, a relaxing, touchless treatment that works while you simply sit back. Using the principles of manual lymphatic drainage, it helps flush out swelling, reduce toxins, ease muscle soreness, and promote total body wellness. Whether you're recovering from surgery, looking to contour and tone, aiming for weight loss, or just wanting to feel lighter and more energized, the Balancer Pro lymphatic system delivers results you can feel immediately. Perfect for athletes, post-op recovery, detox, or anyone who just wants to look and feel their best, because it's for everybody with a body. Come try it today at Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center, 208 South Burlington Avenue, Suite 101 in Hastings.
I'm John Butler, Funeral Director and Owner at Livingston Butler Volland Funeral Home and Cremation Center in Hastings.
And I'm Nikki Butler, the Advanced Funeral Planning Specialist. Whether you choose a traditional service, cremation, or a unique memorial service, our experienced staff is here to help guide you through every step. Visit us at lbvfh.com to learn more about our services and how we can support you.
Livingston Butler Volland Funeral Home and Cremation Center. We are here when your need is greatest.
Hamilton has been providing IT solutions for businesses across the state of Nebraska for more than 3 decades. We know that Nebraska businesses are a driving force of support for the communities in which we live and work. We keep them connected and protected by delivering cybersecurity, hosted phones, and managed IT. We are grateful to be part of our Nebraska communities and to support their technology needs.
More information at
Get ready for the ultimate trivia experience with Extreme Sports Trivia. Play from anywhere at home, on the go, or at your favorite bar or restaurant. Compete live against players from all over in real time, answering questions across categories like sports, pop culture, Marvel, and more. Want to see how you stack up? Track your progress with live leaderboards and aim for the top spot. It's free, fun, and super easy to play. So what are you waiting for? Sign up today at extremesports.com trivia and start playing now. And keep an eye out. We're coming soon to a bar or restaurant near you.
All right, Mike Will, Tyson O'Brien with you. This is Huddle Up on Extreme Sports for a Monday. High school football from over the weekend. Adams Central, they win their first game of the season. They beat Holdridge on Friday night, score of 48-7. So the Patriots now 1-3 on the season. They will play at Central City this Friday night. Hastings High, they're now 0-4. They lost to Lincoln Northwest by the score of 42-25. Hastings will play Beatrice on Friday. Bishop Newman, they shut out Hastings St. Cecilia 43-0. The Blue Hawks are now 0-4 in the season. They will play at Wood River on the Friday night. So just some high school football notes from the week. We'll have more high school football action coming up for you Friday night here on Extreme Sports. Let's talk a little Husker football as we continue our discussion following the Huskers' loss to Michigan on Saturday. Following the ball game, head coach Matt Rule obviously was disappointed with the loss.
One in which, if we're smart about it, we can hopefully learn a lot about ourselves and about where we need to improve, where we're headed. Credit to them; they made the plays they needed to make. We certainly had our chances. We had to start off with a great drive, and they stopped us on 4th and short, and got the ball back with great position. Missed the field goal, and then battled back. Made it, as you guys know, made it even at halftime, and field was tilted against us in the second half. They made a long 56-yard field goal, which ended up being the difference in the game, and battle back. That last third, the third down was not the last one, but the second to last one. We had several chances to get off the field, 3rd and 16, I think 3rd and 14, whatever it was, 3rd and 15. Couldn't make the plays. And so long stretches of that game where we couldn't protect. And, number one, I thought for them was magnificent. I mean, Barsham was, he was a handful, and thought we settled down as it went on and protected better for a while. But still some key moments where it wasn't good enough. And then obviously the run game for them. 2 plays in the first half, but just too many big plays to win a football game like that. So we battled. Appreciate the effort of the guys, but wasn't good enough.
And the coach says he knows this team will continue to improve.
I don't like where we're at right now. I feel like someone hit me with a hammer right now. I mean, I wanted to win the football game, and I thought we would win the football game. It's like anything else. There's things that we're exposed that have to be improved, or we won't be the team that we want to be. There's other things that I thought were excellent, and so it just, it's just going back and methodically the same process, the same approach we had after games we've won, lost, the games we won. Like I told the team, I watched Georgia, Tennessee, and Georgia beat Tennessee last week. A game that Tennessee probably should have won. I didn't leave saying like, "Oh, Tennessee's done." I mean, it's just, hey, we're gonna have to improve this and improve that, and ascend from there. So I'm sure we're disappointed. But you know what? We're going to play a bunch more games. So we'll get back to work. And like I said, I thought the guys, they competed. The other team competed as well. Michigan competed as well. So I thought that was a good Big Ten football game. Just we came out on the wrong end of it.
Our quarterback Dylan Raiola says, "Don't worry. He knows his team will bounce back."
Yeah, I mean, we take all the emotion out of it. This is when our brotherhood's tested, and our guys will fight back harder than ever, and we'll come back ready to go get ready for the next game and win. So, this a lot of people think this might break us, but I'm just telling you right now, be careful. We're going to come together and do something scary.
All right, so there you go. Matt Rule, Dylan Raiola, following the Huskers' loss to Michigan on Saturday. I don't think anybody thought we were going to go 12, 13, 14-0 this year and win the national championship. So there was going to be some bumps in the road. Michigan was that game that you and I both put kind of in the 50-50 category, and we came up 3 points short. You move on. The problem is we don't have a game this week. So we've got to sit. Problem. we sit on this thing now for 2 weeks. We've got to stew for 2 weeks before we play another game. That's against Michigan State next week.
You got 2 weeks now to fix the bad, fix what doesn't work. Go back to that game film, find the areas that you got exposed, and you got 2 weeks to put that together. That's a huge bye week advantage. You can sit there and you can say, "Oh, well, this is going to leave a sour taste in my mouth," or you can say, "Scrap it, forget it, put it in the rearview mirror," which is the proper way to do, because it's behind us now. The past is the past. It's done. We lost that football game. Look forward, gentlemen, and realize that we've got 2 weeks to prepare for a Michigan State football team, 2 weeks to put a game plan together, 2 weeks to get this defense better and start to execute. I think this is a beautiful time for a bye week heading into Michigan State.
So the Huskers will be off this Saturday. Hastings College, they came up with an impressive showing against Waldorf on Saturday. Beat the Warriors 42-0. We told you the first shutout in a while for Hastings College, and obviously head coach Matt Franzen was in a different type of mood after the ball game, happy with the win. He says it was a good win for his team.
I think we played well. I mean, all phases, nothing to be upset about on Saturday for sure. We'll look at film, and there's probably a couple of things here and there. We had a couple drop passes, I guess, but this was kind of the game that we wanted to have. It's the game that we thought we had hoped that we were preparing for throughout the week. And the biggest thing that I told you in the pregame interview, we had to find the energy, the sideline energy, and we had it today. We really, from the very beginning, from the opening kickoff, from the pregame locker room, all the way through, we just had really, really good energy. And when you have good energy, you can overcome mistakes and you can bounce back, and good things are going to happen. And that's what happened for us today.
Warriors had 135 yards passing a game, 65 yards rushing. The coach says the Broncos played well on defense.
I think the effort was good. You know, we didn't ask our guys. I don't think we asked our guys to do too much today. We knew. I think once the game got going, the Waldorf quarterback situation is tough, and he wasn't real comfortable back there. So we didn't have to bring a whole ton of pressure. But we were able to get to him a couple of times. But anyway, no, I thought the defense played well. Tackling was good. Forced some turnovers and obviously, anytime you can pitch a shutout, that's a pretty neat deal.
Hastings rushed for 188 yards in the ball game, and the coach says that was beneficial. He says they were able to take a little bit of the stress off of quarterback Carson Kalachek.
I mean, we definitely didn't want to ask Carson to throw the ball 40 times, being his first start of the season. And I think we thought that we might match up well in the run game against these guys also. So once the game got started and, the first couple times we ran the ball, I mean, they're big on defense. And I guess that was a little bit of a concern. But once we ran the ball a few times and Dalton got to the edge and loosened them up a little bit, then at that point it kind of felt like we could run inside, we could run wide, and ran quarterback counter down on the goal line, and the run game was really there for us in all phases, and that took a lot of pressure off Carson, and then he was able to do some good things in the passing game because he didn't feel like he had to make those plays. We rolled him out a little bit more than what we were doing before, and that was by design, as I told you in the pregame, letting him use his feet to create a little more space, and that worked out well too.
Dalton Armbruster led the Broncos in rushing, 14 carries, 82 yards, and a touchdown. And Brady Lichtenberg, he had 8 carries and 51 yards for the Broncos.
Yeah, and he's a sophomore for us, and had been running kind of third, fourth running back all along. And when we got through last week, and we've been running obviously with Dalton and Caden as the two running backs all along, and they've been playing fine. But last week there were some things that they didn't grasp quite as well with our screens and protections. And Coach Bauer and I one of the things we talked about during the week, or at least early in the week after last week's game, is can we take somebody like Brady and maybe make him kind of like what used to be in the NFL, the third down back, and have him just do some things, let those other guys still be the primary running backs, and let Brady come in on some screens and some specials and some of those things. And so Coach Bauer said, well, let's do this. Let's Brady be the sub for those two guys, so those guys don't come out much. But if we do have a long drive, Brady can come in off the bench and get a couple plays, and then also still do the specials. And that's what we did today. And the first drive of the game, Brady came off the bench after about 5 or 6 plays, and all of a sudden, I mean, he's the freshest guy in the stadium, and looked really, really good doing it. So no, that's great. That's another wrinkle we have now that we know that we can go to, and that makes our offense a little bit more complete.
And the coach says he's got a good feeling now following the win on Saturday.
No, 100%. And I was, even before the game, I was just nervous that, who knows. Our team the last couple of years has been up and down, and was kind of nervous that we were going to come in and something bad was going to happen, and all of a sudden we'd be in a dogfight, and with, as you said, some really good teams coming up right around the corner. So the pregame locker room was very electric. So by the time we came down to the field, I felt like, okay, whatever happens here, our energy is really, really, really good. And then being able to put together this game, I think we'll go into this next week and we'll be I think our mindset will be really good. The next team coming is, as far as I know, and from what I've seen so far, the kind of the best team on the schedule. So we'll have to bring everything we can. But I told the guys in the post-game huddle here, the one thing we can control is the energy. And if we can bring this team with this energy into the game next week, we're gonna have a lot of fun with that.
All right, that's Hastings head coach Matt Franzen following the Broncos' victory on Saturday over Waldorf at 42-0. Hastings now 2-2 on the season, and that good team that's coming in here on Saturday, that might be the best team in the league, is Morningside, the fourth-ranked team in the nation. It'll be a 1 o'clock start on this Saturday at Lloyd Wilson Field. On the air with the Pigskin preview at 12 o'clock noon here on Extreme Sports. Homecoming week this week for the Broncos. So we're going to have football in the afternoon. We're going to have volleyball in the afternoon with Briar Clough and Hastings beginning at 4:15. Then we start our college soccer coverage later on in the evening, as Hastings will be taking on Dakota Wesleyan in soccer. So a busy week. A busy Saturday for us here on Extreme Sports with football, volleyball, and men's and women's soccer all going on the same day, and we'll have coverage of all the games, all the matches right here on Extreme Sports.
Sweet. So, yeah, thank God it's bye week, right? Husker football on the bye. A couple gripes that I want to get to. Soapbox time, right? You know me, and I love polls. Love those polls. And this is why polls are stupid and polls are pretty irrelevant. Let's start first with Florida State. Okay, you done beat Alabama. That's the one big win on the Florida State schedule. Their schedule otherwise has been East Texas A&M, not to be confused with Texas A&M. This is the East distant cousin, East Texas A&M. Then you also beat Kent State, which is the worst team in all of college football. At least before the season started, and you knocked off Kent State. So you had one win against Alabama. You, as a team, would they have 2 wins last year? I mean, they were miserable. Made wholesale changes, revamped the roster a little bit. In no way does Florida State win 2 games a year ago, come back, win 1 game, and get catapulted to the 8th-ranked team in the country. GTFO with that. GTFO with Florida State's ranking as a top 10 team. I have an issue with that. I also have an issue with Illinois is still in the top 25, and why? They looked all but a top 25 team against Indiana on Saturday. Indiana slaughtered, dissected, took all the guts out of Illinois and dumped them all over national TV. Illinois is not a top 25 football team. The fact that they're still hanging in to the top 25 rankings is an absolute travesty, and you should all, media writers, all be ashamed that they are still in your top 25, along with putting Florida State in the top 10. These things are a joke. Get rid of them, all of them. Scrap them. They're a joke.
Well, when the college football
a joke
playoff standings come out, I'll guarantee you Florida State's going to be up there. I'll guarantee you Florida State will be up there.
At some point, you got to earn it. At some point, you got to earn that right and ranking. You beat Alabama. You beat a top 25 team. Good for you. The rest of your schedule is dog shit.
Yeah, Alabama is not what they have been in the past.
I'm just saying, it's a broken
you love
system.
These polls, don't you?
No, they're broken. They're broken at the core. and they're...
It fires you up because I use these polls every Monday morning.
Their justification of being in the morning conversation and being water cooler talk is only because this is what we've always done. We've always talked about the polls. Yeah, well, we did. But that's they're no longer relevant, man. They're not until the selection committee goes in and says, here is our top 12. That's the only time that they become relevant and become conversation fuel. Until then...
I like to boil your blood on Monday morning.
So all you got to do is you toss in a poll to lead off the sports stories.
Oh, I do it every Monday.
To lead off the sports.
Because I like to boil your blood on Monday, and it gets you fired up. It gets you in tune with the show. It boils your blood. You're enthused about being here on a Monday morning. Because I always lead off with the AP poll. So, anyway, waking up with Mike and Tyson here this morning. Huddle up on Extreme Sports at 7:54.
It's time for a morning news update on Extreme Sports.
Breaking news, Illinois is still in the top 25 after getting beat by 53 to Indiana. In other news, the most recent collection of mosquitoes that have been trapped in Adams County have tested positive for not one but two different viruses. Two samples of mosquitoes tested positive for West Nile virus, while Cache Valley virus, we'll just call it CVV, was detected in a third sample. According to the Nebraska Department of Health and Human Services, CVV is spread to people by infected mosquitoes. Human disease from CVV is rare. We're going to preface this. It's rare, with under 10 cases ever reported in the U.S. So don't hit the panic button just yet. But the Center for Disease Control and Prevention does report that CVV can cause an illness with fever or even more serious disease, including infection of the brain, or lining around the brain and spinal cord. Initial symptoms can include fever, headache, nausea, vomiting, fatigue, and sometimes a rash. But again, under 10 cases have ever been reported in the U.S. As far as livestock is concerned, CVV is also known to cause reproductive disease in animals, primarily sheep, but also cattle and goats, leading to stillbirths and birth defects in those animals if they are infected in a specific period during pregnancy. As with West Nile, there is no vaccine to prevent or medicines to treat CVV. Meanwhile, construction is scheduled to close South Elm Avenue from South Street to B Street today to install water main and casing under the road. The installation is scheduled to be complete and concrete back by Friday, so it can cure over the weekend and reopen early next week. Businesses will still have access from South Street and B Street during the construction period. 7:56, we'll head over to the East Side Studios. Mike, what's going down in sports?
Let's recap a little high school sports from over the weekend. Again, in football from Friday night, Adams Central over Holdridge 48-7. Patriots will play at Central City coming up this week. Lincoln Northwest defeated Hastings High 42-25. Tigers will host Beatrice on Friday, and Bishop Newman shut out St. Cecilia by a score of 43-0. St. Cecilia will play at Wood River on Friday. In softball, Hastings High went 2-1 in the Hastings Invite. They are now 15-5 on the season. Adams Central went 1-2 in the Hastings Invite. The Patriots are now 6-14. In high school volleyball, Hastings High went 0-2 in the Bennington Triangular. The Tigers are now 2-11 and will play host to Gretna East on Thursday. Adams Central went 2-1 in the Central City Invite. The Patriots are now 10-2. They'll play host to St. Paul on Tuesday. St. Cecilia went 1-2 in the Fillmore Central Invite. The Hawkins are now 8-5 and will host Donovan Trumbull on Tuesday. Toronto beat the Kansas City Royals 8-5 yesterday. The Royals are now 78-78 on the season. They'll play the Los Angeles Angels on Tuesday. First pitch will be at 8:38. In the late NFL football game played last night, Kansas City beat the New York Giants 22-9. Tonight, Detroit is at Baltimore. Kickoff will be at 7:15 on ABC. And Ryan Blaney won the NASCAR race yesterday at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Josh Berry was second, followed by William Byron, Joey Logano, and Chase Elliott. That's a check in the sports headlines at 7:58 on Extreme Sports.
It's time for a morning weather update on Extreme Sports with Chief Meteorologist Tim Jones.
We start off Monday morning with a little bit of patchy fog, especially to the west and southwest of Highway 281. Other than that, partly sunny skies, a high in the low 80s, and a light south-southwest wind, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight, a chance of showers and thunderstorms. There's a marginal risk, 1 out of 5 for a few strong to severe storms. Not very widespread. Better chances to be over towards Omaha tonight. 67 the high on Tuesday. Chance of showers. That carries into Tuesday night.
As you wake up, get going this morning, south winds at 7. We've got clear skies. It is 63 in Hastings at Extreme Sports.
At Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center in Hastings, you can now experience the Balancer Pro lymphatic system, a relaxing, touchless treatment that works while you simply sit back. Using the principles of manual lymphatic drainage, it helps flush out swelling, reduce toxins, ease muscle soreness, and promote total body wellness. Whether you're recovering from surgery, looking to contour and tone, aiming for weight loss, or just wanting to feel lighter and more energized, the Balancer Pro lymphatic system delivers results you can feel immediately. Perfect for athletes, post-op recovery, detox, or anyone who just wants to look and feel their best, because it's for everybody with a body. Come try it today at Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center, 208 South Burlington Avenue, Suite 101 in Hastings.
Have you checked the time lately? Good chance a Miletta Vista Winery is open. Hey, this is Mick with an update on our new hours. Tuesday through Sunday, we're open 11:30 to 3, and Fridays and Saturdays 11:30 till 9. Not sure what you want to enjoy when you get here? Well, Miletta Vista features award-winning wine, select beers, spirits, world-class foods, breathtaking views, and live entertainment. Visit MilettaVistaWinery.com. Check out our events page for music schedules and more. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook. Make your reservations now at Miletta Vista Winery, located on Highway 281, just north of St. Paul.
Connet Auto Care is the trusted name in automotive repair and maintenance services in Hastings. We're a gold-certified Napa Auto Care Center. Our ASE-certified technicians have the Blue Seal of Excellence, receive continuous training, and are committed to providing the best service your vehicle can get. Whether it's preventative maintenance, major repairs, or just an oil change, Connet Auto Care is here for you.
All right, you're listening to Huddle Up here this morning on Extreme Sports. Mike Will and Tyson Vronic getting you through the hour with all the sports that you need, and then some. Kind of a busy day, a lot of sports activity over the weekend. In high school football coming up on Friday night, we'll have a complete day and night of Hastings College and sports on Saturday with football, volleyball, and men's and women's soccer. So those are some of the things to look forward to this week here on Extreme Sports. Got some football tonight. Football tonight with Detroit and Baltimore. Get you an update on our Survivor picks by tomorrow morning. Yeah, the Green Bay game yesterday took out a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
Took out a lot of people, so we're going to be down in the 20s, I'm sure, when that thing updates following the game tonight. So
that's just heating up the argument that we have to make to our CEO. We tried Friday. We whined about it Friday. We tried to get the CEO to budge.
And I brought it up again yesterday.
Apparently that's not happening.
I said, what happens, and this was after
It's a
Green
very
Bay
real
lost.
conversation, yeah.
I said, what happens if it's me, you, and the IT guy left?
If we stumbled back-asswards into winning this thing.
Yeah, what happens if it's us three left?
Which we have no control over, by the way.
No.
It's not like we're pulling names out of a hat and we left somebody out. Everybody's got equal chances. It's online. We're all playing the same game. And we even put ourselves at a disadvantage by giving our picks a day early.
Yep, we put our picks out on Wednesday, and you don't have to have your picks in until Thursday.
And plus, we play those picks, too. It's not like we say it, and then we switch it up at the last minute to be like, oh, no, I'm going to get on the train with all the other Buffalo fans. I think, and again, I've been shot down numerous times, but I think we're just as eligible as anybody else.
Well, hopefully we still have a couple of weeks to maybe persuade the higher art.
It didn't sound like that was happening when
didn't look like she was going to budge.
The way that conversation left Friday, I'm like, okay, well, that's not happening. Did want to put this note out there. So South Florida is recognizing the 2010 class during their Athletic Hall of Fame ceremony that's coming up on October 2nd. a big question mark surrounding that class was their head coach, Jim Leavitt at the time, who was fired, we might remember, as we play the tape back, during a school investigation where he grabbed one of his players by the throat and slapped him. I remember that player abuse, and he ended up getting fired over the ordeal. Their athletic director has said in a statement that after multiple conversations with the head coach, they have mutually agreed that he will not attend the Hall of Fame ceremony. So Jim Leavitt will not be a part of the proceedings. He will just be named, and that's that. They didn't want to add drama or take away from the accomplishments of the class. So South Florida not including their head coach, who took them to a high ranking back in 2010. It was like a bowl victory. It wasn't a BCS bowl, but I remember them being like a top 10 team at one point.
Was that 2010 you're talking about?
Yeah, yep.
So it's been a while.
Been a while.
All right,
Anyways,
so
just thought I'd flip that note.
Anything else happening we need to maybe bring up here?
If we could just quickly grab the sports headlines bubbling underneath the surface. Cleveland Guardians, they're going to make a run at this thing to try to find their way and fight their way into postseason baseball. They have now won, I believe, 10 straight games. And at one point, the Detroit Tiger lead was pretty comfortable in the Central. Now the Guardians have boosted themselves into a wild card spot as they replace the Houston Astros for the third team in the wild card. Cleveland has come from absolutely nowhere. They did lose yesterday, which breaks up a streak. But they are 9-1 in their last 10 games. And Cleveland has fought all the way back into a wild card spot. So keep an eye on Cleveland. And also, the Mets have done Mets things and lost 4 of 6, while the Reds have won 5 straight games. The Reds have now replaced the New York Mets for the third place in the NL wild card. And the Cardinals still hanging on to like a 0.1% chance. But they have... their magic number is due.
Yeah.
And it's going to happen.
Stick a fork.
It's over for the Cardinals, in all honesty. It's over for the Kansas City Royals. They have been mathematically eliminated from playoff contention. But the AL wildcard race is going to be fun. This is going to be a fun final week of the season.
So this is the last week, and then playoffs get underway next week for baseball?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so keep an eye on Major League Baseball. We'll do the same here on Extreme Sports throughout the week. But, yeah, stick a fork in your Cardinals and the Royals. They have no chance of making a run here in the final couple of games.
No teams from the Show Me State.
So
I think hockey starts this weekend, too.
Hockey starts this weekend already?
Yep. So Get ready to get geared up for some exciting hockey action. Baseball will end Sunday for the regular season.
Yep, then the playoffs get underway.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so if you'd like to listen to the show again today, you can. Just go to our social media sites, download the podcast section, and listen to the show at your convenience here today. I appreciate that. Joining you again tomorrow morning, 7 o'clock, we'll do it all over again. It's Huddle Up on Extreme Sports. Have yourself a great day.
You've been listening to Huddle Up on Extreme Sports, Central Nebraska's new home for sports. Join us every weekday morning from 7 until 8 on Extreme Sports.